Jackal's set that we saw against Undead Braindead was dominant display of aggression and defense. Lemon Tea was a little bit stronger on the defense. You didn't see as much of that aggro play. Jakal is someone who can switch on a dime, and so you've got that defense aspect, but now can you match his aggression?
Right, and not only that, but Jakal has faced off against some of the best Bayonettas in the business. So GrlyTeenQueen is going to have to not only do the consistent Bayonetta things, but also mix it up. We're going to have to see some crazy, unique plays because you got to kind of keep Jakal on his toes. You can't just let him find his consistent anti-Bayo techs.
All right, so as per usual, because this is my role tonight, I have looked up the sets on PG Stats. It is currently 1-4 in Jakal's favor, and that one happened at failsafe 7, which, considering their last set was Warped 2, which was 2 years ago, it's been a while. These two have not fought in a very long time. So,
interesting. I wonder what round that was in, because I'm sure GrlyTeenQueen has done a lot of growing in that time, and now finds themselves in winners finals, facing off against Jakal and keeping things very strong in their own favor.
Yes, that was in winners semis was the win.
Okay.
So that was a 2-1. Cool. All of the rest have been 0-3s. All played in grand finals and winners finals across the board. But already, we're seeing a lot more even game here than either of the... Okay, well, that breaks the evenness a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's the commentator's curse for you.
What was I saying?
Anyway.
It's a more aggressive and even game than we've seen from either of the other two thus far. Yeah, GrlyTeenQueen is keeping pace better here than Undead Braindead was, and we're also seeing Jakal posing a much bigger threat of a wolf than Lemon Tea could. It's definitely a far more engaging blow for blow here.
Definitely. I mean, that forward smash read aside, Jakal has been kind of playing a little bit of good footsies, but not really super, like, hyper-aggressive that we might come to expect from him. He's kind of picking his shots very nicely, letting GrlyTeenQueen kind of throw something out, and with punishing very effectively.
Yeah, really good play here. A nice neutral air to break things up. You can see Jakal, this is what I'm talking about. That defense switching into offense.
Yep. Great
back air caught GrlyTeenQueen just completely off guard. And now you got a full stock lead to work with, Jakal. What are you going to do?
Well, now he's just going to get some, maybe an easy edge guard, maybe try to take the resources. And remember, Bayonetta, if they use some of these moves, once you're out of the list, you don't have any other ways to get back. So how many more times can we keep attempting to bash our head against the ledge? Jakal is a wall, an impenetrable wall, waiting for something here. But wait, we actually sneak something here. A perfect reversal for GrlyTeenQueen.
This has proven to be a very strong prominence of what GrlyTeenQueen can do. That edge guarding aspect, especially against these wolves. I mean, that's what got the game-winning stock in the first game against Lemon Tea. And that just evened up what was a pretty, I mean, not bad, but the game was slipping away. And that just helped get a little bit more momentum back on GrlyTeenQueen's side. But those back airs are brutalizing. Jude knows exactly how to hit the strong hit there. And speaking of strong hits, the up smash. Gonna take the first game for the one, the only, Jude Jakal Jingle.
Jakal is playing really hot tonight. I mean, there were a couple of moments where he did falter a little bit, wasn't perhaps ready for that offstage reversal that we saw earlier, but this is, I think, yeah, this is the replay of that. I mean, this is kind of where I want to see, because you go out there, you take that first side B with the witch twist. That's huge here, because I mean, Jakal obviously knows that once you kind of commit to either side B or up B, that's your commitment. You're really kind of like in a vulnerable state. So catching the startup was really smart for GrlyTeenQueen. We're going to Smashville on game number 2. This is the Bayo pick, so I want to see how it works out here when Jakal can't just like sit on the other side of the stage and wait for GrlyTeenQueen to come to them.
I am a little curious about this pick and what would theoretically make it good for Bayo. My best guess would be it's a lower ceiling, but what are your thoughts on that nerf?
I definitely could, I mean, I think it's just like the width issue, like the width and the platform coverages. Like the blast zones aside, like blast zones can work for Wolf, whether he's, you know, trying to kill off the top or trying to kill off the side. I wouldn't really worry too much about that. But there is a thinner ledge here that you can poke. That could be good for Jakal. It could also be good for GrlyTeenQueen. right now, Jakal seems to be dominating pretty effectively. Only 16% taken, and I mean, he's going to be able to get himself back, so.
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of what I was worried about, is the Jakal back air is pretty good at killing. It's proven multiple times it's good at killing this set. So it feels risky to me to try and go back here, and I thought Tay was dead for a second there.
Yeah, right. But still doing okay here. Just getting caught by a lot of the good edge guards, like Jakal running it like almost like just at platform distance to Blaster, then running up for a down tilt. Like it's the mix-ups on the edge guards that is keeping it really, really tough for GrlyTeenQueen to get back. But a trade here, and that means we've got a stock.
Well, hey, if Jakal's back air is strong, GrlyTeenQueen's can be too, and I guess that's a good aspect of having all the closer tight blast zones. But man, it feels like such a double-edged sword, and when you're fighting a player who is of Jakal's caliber, I feel like you don't want to be taking risks like this. But hold on, this could be a good extended combo here. Getting some nice percent off that. Doesn't hit the last side B though, and the combo does drop. But where are you going there, Jude?
I was gonna say, kind of getting himself right back into the mix. I mean, he thought, okay, no, you weren't done yet, right? Come on, here, let me help you out here.
Yeah. Let me give you a little bit more percent here. I'll let be. Don't worry, it's a misinput.
All right, but then yeah, it's the disengage, the wait, and a couple of like slow dash dancing. Jakal just baiting out an approach, doing really, really well because he knows he can kind of like see GrlyTeenQueen kind of salivating for these combo starters.
Yeah, he's so good at playing just outside the burst range, and there it is again. I think that is... I think all but 2 of the stocks that have been taken so far that we've seen by Jakal have been back airs.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, that plus up smash has been his main 2 squeezes, you know, in this set and the other ones. It feels like he's doing well, but a parry could lead to more. If you know the timing of like landing Wolf Nair, that could be an in for GrlyTeenQueen.
Oh, what? Oh my god, that was the fakest kill screen I've ever seen. No way I was gonna kill.
Yeah, well, I don't think we have to worry about that one. That second kill screen will, yeah, we all know that one. That one's the real one.
I was gonna comment on unfortunate that Jakal fell out of the jab before the kill jab could do its thing there, but what was this kill screen? What was this kill screen? No.
Look.
Why did that even get close to killing? That's a little crazy.
At 74%, yeah, that does seem a little bit far-fetched, but you know, the game's a little optimistic. Game's like, yeah, wolf kills here, right? That's supposed to happen, all according to plan.
Okay, now we're going to other Smashville, also known as Hollow Bastion, and this I think is maybe better. I've seen chat talking a lot about how the middle platform on Smashville messes up Bayonetta's combos. I know that the Hollow Bastion platform is ever so slightly lower, which might be just enough space to not mess up Bayo combos.
That makes sense. I could see it, and a little bit more space here could be really good. If you're making it so it's maybe it's harder for Jakal to get those back air kills because you have lower ceilings now. Maybe you force him into going for more up smash kills. That could be a bait, potentially. GrlyTeenQueen could look for a whiff punish on like a missed up smash or something like that. But as of right now, it feels like it's just the same kind of bait and punish pattern that we've seen from Jakal.
Yeah, it's very fitting that Jakal plays Wolf, because this is very much a Predator's playstyle. It's just aggressive, it's right out of range, it's baiting, and then once the prey is in your mark, take him with a forward tilt, just like that.
Yeah, and keeping the percentage low on his own front, looking good, waiting for a fair to land, doesn't really do anything. He air dodge back to ledge, and everything's back to, back to normal.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit better results here for GrlyTeenQueen on this stage. It's a little bit closer than it was on Smashville. I think it's about what it was at PS2, so maybe could have, as much as I'm usually against all PS2 sets, you maybe could have just kept it at PS2 here.
Potentially.
Ooh, trying to mix up the jab timing there, but it doesn't quite work out.
Right, so once you see the parry from Jakal, he's like, okay, I just gotta hold this for the rest of the time, not gonna worry too much, not gonna minimize my shield. Still a couple of these like ABKs on the platform. That's kind of what I was expecting on Smashville. I was hoping that like that ABK going through the longer platform here would be able to catch Jakal as he's looking for an aggressive play here, just to kind of like raw back air, as we saw a very, very good burst option and kill option both in the last game.
Yeah, and once again, this jab, it's so good for Bayo to kill, but we've seen multiple times this set just not quite working out, being a little too far out, and that can be down to Jakal's DI, but it can also be down to just sometimes the best tools don't work.
And Jakal always ready to go with that quick side B when he sees GrlyTeenQueen kind of going out for an offstage edge guard, looking for something good. But another trade here, this time working out in Jakal's favor, and a 3-1 lead has formulated.
So for those of you who are curious, who don't know about this small thing, Ultimate does have port priority, and one of the only ways it comes out is when 2 lethal moves connect at the same time. Whoever is in the lower port will get bounced into the ground, and whoever is in the higher port gets sent straight into the air. Which is why Jakal went nowhere from that back air trade, and why GrlyTeenQueen lost the stock.
That's a good point. And looking for the down smash, but a great get up attack to get out of that situation. We actually pick it up on the side B, but great DI from Jakal to not die on these lower ceilings. That takes a special kind of person, but it takes an even more special kind of person to look for a horizontal up B to try to take the stock.
It's so close. All he needs is a good grab here, and we can get the stock. And hey, it might be over at this point. 94% against 3 stocks. Never really a great situation to be in. But if you can take a stock, you know, you'll feel a little better on the way home at least.
Yeah, definitely. And
I shouldn't have said anything.
Not gonna happen, unfortunately. It looks like
I'm sorry.
That was just a bit. That's okay. It's okay. Jakal is just too strong. Has the plot armor. What can you say?
Yeah. Well, good job, GrlyTeenQueen. You did good for what you had. It was closer in the first few games, and then it kind of just slipped away. Jakal is someone who plays on another level. I mean, he's just really good at it. That back air goes crazy.
Yeah, and even though, you know, we had some really strong Bayonetta moments, some good extended advantage states, not maybe the large like Bayo combos that you really want, but it's not going to be really possible against someone who has really good SDI like Jakal. But they're going to be able to go back down to the loser side, sitting in losers finals, a quick run back if necessary, and we can start looking ahead to our loser semifinal match. But these moments, what can you say? Bayonetta doesn't really struggle in many situations against a character like Wolf, but sometimes Wolf can be a very, very dominant force against any good character.
Yeah. Well, you were speaking of loser's side, and I know we're going to have a break in between, but just to get people filled in on the bracket, Pharaoh triumphed over Lemon Tea 2-0, and Undead Brain Dead triumphed over, I've been told by chat now, Sobriquet Sola. Thank you, chat. I'm not going to mispronounce it anymore. So when we come back, loser semifinals is going to be Pharaoh versus Undead Brain Dead, going into whoever wins that, obviously going into GrlyTeenQueen.